Good morning. Oh my goodness. I'm back on trail. So lots of little updates. A woman named Firebug ran into me last night as I was getting into town. It's like on the trail follows the road for a little bit as you get into North Adams, the last town in Massachusetts. She's like walking down her street. She's like, "Oh, are you a hiker?" And then she was like, "Wait, are you Stella?" And it turns out that I met her in 2023 when she was doing some trail work stuff in this area. And then we had like a really great conversation, and then she ended up giving me a ride to the Willows Motel where I stayed last night. The Willows Motel was going to pick me up, but then I called them and I was like, "Oh, actually I already have a ride," because we were just, we had good conversation, and she was like, "I may as well give you a ride." So thank you so much for the ride last night. And then she also gave me a ride this morning back to the trailhead. Also supplied me with some mac and cheese because I should have at least one night out here, if not two. So we'll see how the miles go and what happens, because it's supposed to be pretty bad rain all day tomorrow. So I did get a tiny bit of journaling in. But the other update is that while I was journaling this morning, I got a text from my best friend Sarah, who's been pregnant with her third baby, and I've been kind of like waiting to like find out and hoping and like, that she's safe and everything goes well, that she has her baby. And literally she texted me pictures of her baby and her, and so she just had successful birth last night, and her new little baby girl is going to join her family. She already has 2 boys, and so anyways, I'm so happy for her and excited to meet the little one when she's quite a few more months older. It's pretty warm today, but yeah, overcast. It's a little bit muggy and stuff, but we'll see how the day goes. I should hit Vermont soon. Maybe like 10 miles or something. So that's exciting and intimidating all at the same time. And yeah, I've been staying in a bed so much this past week, so I'm really excited to be in a shelter tonight. We'll see if we get, there was a little bit of rain possibility. There's like on the forecast for today, but a lot of rain at 100% on the forecast for tomorrow. So I'll be in the middle of the section. It'll be hard to say if I'll be able to get off trail if it's, there's like one road crossing 12 or so miles into my day tomorrow. And if it's really torrential, I might try to bail there, but I'm not sure. Because ideally, I'll just keep making miles. I gotta keep going every day. But then after tomorrow, I think it's supposed to clear up and be nice. So, looking forward to that. So yeah, that's the update. Thanks again to Firebug. She was so fun to meet, and we were just like all about the universe and divine timing, because yeah, she has been following along since we met in 2023. So she was just wondering, will she get to meet me? And so that was cool. And it's always really, really nice for me too to meet the folks out here following along and helping hikers. She lets hikers tent in her yard, actually. Her house is right off the trail. So if you're headed through North Adams on the AT, I think her information is in a comment in Far Out. If you need a trail angel in the area, I highly recommend finding her there. And yeah, okay, almost to the top of this rocky scramble. Oh my goodness, oh yay, okay. Oh. Wow. Yay. Big, big, beautiful views. Whew. Okay, so a couple things I forgot to mention is that right when I left town, I passed mile 1600. So that's crazy. I'm less than 3 miles out of town and I'm already up on this ridge. I think you get to the top of East Mountain as you come out of North Adams, and so it's awesome. I won't go down below 2,000 feet for maybe another 9 miles. And I was thinking that the Vermont border was a little bit later today, but it's actually at mile 1603. So I will be there really soon, and then I'll just be down to the last 3 states. So yeah, that feels crazy. Feels nice and breezy up here, but it's pretty warm today. I'm sweating and there's some bugs on me and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how much hotter it gets. And I am really excited to be at mile 1600. That means I only have 600 miles left to go. And if I do 25 miles a day, then I will get there, with 1 day off when I want to get there. So I hope that I can do it. I hope tomorrow's rain does not pull me off trail. And I hope that, I get there, plus or minus like 3 days. I'm still trying for, because I might need to slow down in the whites or do less miles. It'll still probably take all day, but we'll see what happens. Whew, hope it stays like this. Okay, look where I made it. Vermont. Oh my goodness. So this is the intersection of the Long Trail and the AT, I think. Okay, yeah, I decided to take a little break at the border. I've only gone 4.25 miles, but yeah, there's some nice rocks here, so gonna have some chips and some cheese and keep going. It's always a little bizarre to see a giant boulder in the middle of a flat section. It's like, where did this come from and how many years ago? Okay, loving these big old flat rocks. They're so perfect. I just walked right through a big spiderweb right on my face. It's terrible. It's like you hear it, like stretching over your face and snapping, and then it's all this terrible moment. But it was just a tiny little spider, so no big deal. Whew, okay, I just climbed up to 3,000 feet, just above it from just above 2,000 feet. So it wasn't too steep, but pretty steady and tiring because it was a little bit muddy. The trail's a bit overgrown. There are some plants that kind of look like poison ivy, but I'm pretty sure they're not. They're like on long pokey vines. But yeah, there's a nice cool breeze up here and that feels good. And I'm like, wait a second. Did I outrun spring? Am I north of spring right now? It just hasn't reached high elevations or higher elevation, I guess. I don't know. But that's kind of a cool feeling because it was like all the, leaves and trees below are full and bright green. And now these ones up here are very bare. Let me show you. Okay, somehow I haven't even gone 10 miles, but I took another break for 20 minutes because it feels so good right here. It's like breezy, and I sat on some nice rocks. I put some KT tape on my knees because they're feeling a little swollen and like they just need some support. So, busting that out again today. The clouds are like really rolling in right now, so I feel like it's probably going to start raining soon. So, that break was probably good because it's really hard to take a break when it's actively raining. So if it starts raining, then at least like I've had my breaks in for the day. I might eat this and walk, even though I already ate a bunch of Skittles gummies, not the normal Skittles, but like the gummy kinds. And I also ate some chips. And yeah, I saw a little video of Sarah's baby and being like her second youngest now son meeting her newborn baby, and it was so cute. I don't have much service, so and so I haven't got to talk to her, but I had enough service for that video to come through, and it was so sweet. So thinking a lot about her. Also tried my other best friend, but we didn't really, from high school, Kendra, but we did not have enough service to chat. So that was a bit of a bummer. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, so the second I made that video, Sarah called me, and then I didn't have good service, so I was like, I'll go back to where I had service, which was here. And then I just spent another hour, no, like an hour and 20 minutes total. I don't know, it was a long time, but she just had her baby, so I need to hear everything. And so I've only got 9 miles, and it's 1:42. So, oh boy, it's gonna be a long night. We'll see how far I get, and what ends up happening. I hope it doesn't rain, but the mist and fog is rolling in thick and hard. I'm in a cloud. Pretty. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that somehow I have decided to maybe take a 0 tomorrow and only have done 19 today. So a pretty gosh darn short day and a 0 seems kind of like, it feels uncomfortable. But there are quite a few reasons that are all stacking up to make me want to make this decision and think that maybe it's the right thing to do. First of all, it's supposed to rain a lot tomorrow, and I'll end up soaked, probably. And that's okay. And there is a point where I could bail and stay at a hostel after like 12 miles through tomorrow. So that, was like, okay, that's okay. We'll see how the rain goes. Sometimes the forecast, like today, it wasn't really supposed to rain today, but there was a possibility of thunderstorms this afternoon. Tomorrow it's like 100% going to rain is what the apps are saying. And my Goes Health app says that it's going to feel like 36 most of the day. It'll be in the low 40s, like 44, and be raining. So it's going to be cold and rainy tomorrow. So then that makes me a little bit like, okay, well, that could also bring some negative consequences to that choice if I do, hike out tomorrow. Especially, there's not a whole lot of service out here. So it feels very, yeah. So anyways, okay. The other thing is, then where I was planning on staying tonight, that you leave Route 9. So today it was I left North Adams, crossed into Vermont, and then the next big road crossing is into Bennington at 18 or 19 miles. And then up after Route 9, there's 3 shelters that were a possibility. One that's only a few miles from Route 9, one that's 10 miles from Route 9, towards the top of a mountain, and then one that was 4 more miles after that. So I was thinking about having a 28-mile day. Then my best friend called after I had already kind of taken too many breaks today and started late. And she had just had her baby. And so we talked on the phone. So I took a really long break. So right now I've only gone 16.7 and it's 10 till 6 p.m. I'm okay night hiking, right? So it's okay, I could probably make 28 miles total, by 11 p.m. or 11:30 tonight. But the biggest problem is that 2 weeks ago, Madison, or Pegleg, was here, and she ran into someone that scared her so bad she had to run away and call the police. And then the police came. I think they followed up with her. I haven't actually spoken to her directly. This is all information I've gotten online. And so about a person that was at a shelter that she tried to stay at. And I think it was that first one from Route 9. But then I looked at the far out comments and it looks like there is a person that kind of has been hopping throughout the shelters and camping areas right around from Route 9, on this side. So then I was okay, well, if I get to one shelter and I see that person, then I can just hike on and then go to the other shelter. Because the farthest shelter I was considering was 32 miles away from where I started today. And that's still doable, I would get there pretty late, especially if I was scared, but I could still get there. And I was okay, well, but now that I've taken now that I took such a long break today, and now that I've had more time to think about, if I came upon someone who scared me, in the middle of the night, it'll be hard to tell. If they're asleep and then I just put my sleeping bag right next to them and then they wake up in the middle of the night and then I'm in danger or something. But basically, oh yeah, I forgot to say that the police got back to Pegleg and said that he's not a danger to other people, just to himself. So I'm pretty sure that means he just you know, maybe he has some mental illness or something going on, or maybe he's houseless or something. I'm not trying to judge or anything. I'm just like, I want to make sure that I am making safe choices out here. So yeah, I guess I'm just a little freaked out that if I get to a shelter so late at night, I could be in like a scary situation and then not know it. Or I would have, like, it would get so late before I found somewhere safe. And then the thunderstorms are pretty sure supposed to start tonight. And so I'm really not wanting to set up my tarp because then it'll be wet, obviously. You know, so I'd much rather be in a shelter if it is going to rain really hard. So yeah, I think, I mean, and this is the long game too. Like, I still have 2 trails to do. So it's just kind of like an emotional choice too, I think, where I like getting drenched and freezing will leave me like, and like I just like will not feel very good. So I think that the forecast looks a little bit better after tomorrow. I really, really hope so. But I don't know, I need to write a new plan and kind of look at what my options are and everything. I still think even if I finish within like a week of my goal, so like a week more than 3 months, which is like on the farther out, like less likely side of this whole thing. Like, I think it could more likely, you know, maybe finish 3 days later than I hope or have been hoping. Like, that's still, like, I'm still within the window for getting this done because I am planning on being able to do bigger miles on the other trails because the terrain on the AT is just, it's not conducive to fast miles for me. So it's harder to get in those big mile days. And okay, been going down this steep hill, and it's feels like I'm going fast, but then I look at the clock and it's like, oh, not going very fast, but I think I'm almost down, so that's good. Okay, getting off trail here into the shuttle. Okay, I'm at the Catamount Hotel, and motel, and I definitely did stay here in 2023. I'll show it to you, and you'll be like, oh yeah. But I didn't remember. I don't know if I came in at this, it wouldn't make any sense. I don't know when I need to look back and see what road I came in on to get here and why I did that. Yeah, my room's all the way down here. Number 1. With a hiker on it. Whoa. Okay, so there's a bunch of bunk beds in here. He was like, do you mind if there's bunk beds? And I was like, no, I don't think so. I think it's fine. It's a normal motel, but this is just all bunk beds, but there's no one else going to be in here tonight. Whoa. Hello. My hair is crazy. I don't know. I think I'm going to pull my stuff out, take my rain gear off, take my shoes off, and then probably take a quick shower and then lay down. But I just want to pull my stuff out because it is nice to kind of have it all out and organize it. Have it out to be organized, or schedules. All the things. Yeah, I carried way too much food, obviously, for this literally 19-mile day. Like, this is probably like at least 4 pounds. So I feel like I might just eat this mac and cheese for dinner, but then part of me is like, well, go like freshen up and go walk downtown. But then it's also like, well, it's already 8. Well, is it 8 or 7? It's 7. So I may as well not do that and just lay down and elevate my feet or elevate my knees and ice them, hang out in here, look at the map, make a plan, upload stuff. Like all that, you know? So, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So